is Thursday, and that means we are back in nutrition educator Lynn Matava's kitchen. And if you're looking for an appetizer for game night or a light snack for a group of friends, then Lynn has a great dip recipe for you. Let's check it out.
Let's take a look at one of my favorite springtime vegetables, the artichoke. These are grown in California. They're in the height of the season right now. They're being picked March through May, and they're very rich in fiber, vitamin C, and magnesium, as well as a host of antioxidants, and they're delicious. They're somewhat similar to asparagus, at least I feel that way, in that they have a very unique flavor all their own. I'm going to cut this brown part off the end. Just like apples and bananas and all sorts of other things like that, this will oxidize the longer it sits open, so it'll get a little bit brown. If you're chopping up a ton of these, they can actually make your fingers start to turn a little brown. So something you might want to wear gloves with, but if you're only doing a couple, you should be fine. Very, very pretty when you cut it open. We could throw this entire thing into a pot of water and boil it for about 20 to 35 minutes. I know that's a broad span, but what you do is you put it in that water and you start to cook it, and then you start to test some of the leaves, and when you pull them off, if you're able to scrape this on your tongue and pull most of the flesh off, then it's ready to eat. And that's what a lot of people do. They might make a dip. Sometimes they even open this up and stick something right in the middle, and you might dip this in and then scrape the artichoke flesh off. This is kind of the part you might recognize from seeing on salad bars. I've just started chopping these up. You could certainly use a food processor for this or some other tool. Scrape that, what I've got so far, into a bowl. Now I could keep chopping, but I think we have enough for now for our purposes. So we're going to add to that some zest of a lemon, and I've washed these lemons, and again we just take something like a grater. If you have a cheese grater and it's got a really fine edge, you could use this. I'll use the bigger edge actually. And I'm just getting some of this yellow peel where all those essential oils are. It smells so lemony already in here. And just getting some of that in there. You don't want to go too far into the lemon, because then we end up with that white pip that's very bitter. And then I want to actually add juice of about half of this in. So this is about a can worth chopped. And if you did 2 cans, you could do a whole lemon. But I'm only going to do about half. I'm trying to make sure I get all my seeds out of there. And I'm just going to squeeze it into a little bowl so I don't throw seeds into our salad. Got a bunch of them in there I get to pull out. Okay, and so that probably comes out to about 2 tablespoons. And we're just going to pour that over. And then I'm going to add to that about tablespoon and a half of olive oil. You could use whatever kind of oil you like, but olive oil is really nice here. So I do have a little bit of chopped spinach that's been thawed. Stir that in. My mother likes to add capers to hers. Caper berries are they are very high in sodium as well. So again, you don't need to add these. I'm just adding a couple. And I'm going to chop them up just a little bit. Sprinkle them through. So we have a little bit of fresh pepper I'm adding in. I'm not going to salt this because, again, our artichokes came pretty salted and our capers have salt, but I do want to add a little bit of fresh parsley. I have the curly kind today. I prefer the kind that's flat for this sort of thing, but you know what? We make accommodations when we're shopping in the grocery store because we just never know what we're going to find, and you get what looks best and what's fresh and what's most affordable. So it's just going to add a little bit more greenery and kind of a fresh crisp to this. Stems out, crispy pieces we don't need. Throw that in, and kind of toss it all around. And quick and easy, we have this nice little fresh dip that we could dump into a bowl, like I'm going to do here for serving. I'm going to add some whole grain. I'm going to add some whole grain blue corn tortilla chips. Try not to make too much noise with the bag. Oops, I made a little mess, but that's half the fun. And that's really it. And so we have this great little appetizer that we could offer our friends, or like I said, carry to some sort of gathering. And it's just a really fun thing to share. So like I said, it's always very popular. I hope you try it and you let us know what you think.
Now, as a reminder, we do have all of Lynn's tips and tricks on our website. To find them, just log on to 47abc.com and click on the Good Morning Delmarva page.